the ground. This is Derrick Henry. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there. Second down. Here's Luck now on second down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Jarrad Davis. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Luck. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45.
Wrong.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Luck. He dumps it off to Drake. Room to run inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On first down, Drake. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down is Luck. He goes underneath to Drake. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Succop out to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Double right. 10, 10, 32.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. They've got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
11. Jumbo. Hey, give me radar. Jumbo. White. 21. Hey, 22. Hey, go here. 0.
On 1st down at Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Be right.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Back to throw, Luck. He can run for it, and he will. And avoids the contact by sliding. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the 1st down.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4.8 40.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it's helped his legs along the way as well.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a handoff to Henry. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5.
Ready. 53. Bring up.
From From the gun, here's Luck. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, here's Stafford. Got a man right side, it's Sharp. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
We're rolling. 11. 21. Block it. 50. Hey, go here. Hey, take 2. 2 of those 3.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Rolling.
They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Luck. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Luck now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Luck. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They'll give it to him up the middle. A good run at 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop it.
He'll get it up the middle, and he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Luck on the sneak. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Omaha, remove. Go here. Hey, check motion man. Put your hand.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Right.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Hey, go here. 21. 21. Hey, 22. 20.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And he will find Scott on the right side complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or 2 in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Hey, tag 32. Tag 32.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Throwing is Stafford. Flushed out right. Incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Stafford on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, a 22.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights off the defender.
Advantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing. And
for now on second down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Go here. Block it. Take it. Now give me radar. Sit.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. Fourth down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfired.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A first update now from Cincinnati, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Luck on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Let it roll. 5, 6, 22. 12.
On first down, it's Long. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a 33-yard attempt. And Suckup will put the... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Hey, go here. Zebra.
And they'll run it here. And an alley to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. Straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
22.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here, modern version of workhorse in the NFL.
Now, throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud. Worries about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like
the rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. He finds Corey Davis. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Option right, it's Luck. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 2nd down, here's Luck. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hey, 22!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side complete to Scott. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's third down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And down he'll go at the 25. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw on second down is long. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Clay Matthews in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Out of the gun, Love. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Lions will take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
After the interception, it's Long. Now he's flushed out left. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Back now at Ford Field. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Locke. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Locke. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let
me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To throw on 2nd down, Stafford. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
22. Zebra. They go here.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now a 1st down throw, Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jarrett Davis in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here's Locke. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Third and long. It's Locke. Uncorks one for Davis. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Tag 32. Tag 32. Hey, tag 50 left.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Hey, 21.
Back to throw. Stafford finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Hey, go here.
Now Stafford. Flush to his right. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Extra point good by Prater. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Titans getting set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Luck. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Back to throw. Luck. He dumps it off to Drake. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. And the man to bring him down was Cyrus Jones.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
You're right.
He's back to throw. He will find Davis on the left side complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They'll run. It's Drake. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll go on the ground. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Now another timeout here called by the Titans, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. And on the ground they go with a running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
You have no timeouts. You absolutely know you have to get out of bounds. That's been practiced many, many times. Can't afford to blow it in this situation.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big